Okay, I hope that everything is clear so far. If you have any questions, comments, problems, or anything else, you can write it down in the chat box or you can raise your hands. And I'll be happy to help you in any way possible. Okay, everything is clear. Let's move on to our first exercise for today. The warm-up part where we have a little question that I'd like you to answer. So let's start with who. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Hello. How are you doing, who?
Yes, I'm very good. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Ho. I'm 34 years old. I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City. My hobbies are watching movies and playing football. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so the first question that we have for you is it difficult to get a driver's license in your country? And if it is, or if it's not, why?
Yes, it is. Because you have to take a driving test to get a driver's license.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it difficult? Is the test difficult?
Yes, difficult.
Okay, and do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how long did you practice?
How
long did it take you to get a license?
Yes, I guess it's about 3 months.
3 months, okay. And did you do it from the first time? How many times did you take the test?
Sorry, teacher.
How many times did you take the test?
Yes,
Only once?
Yes, I test it 2 times.
2 times?
Yes, 2 times. Yes, it.
Okay, so it's not very easy, I suppose.
I think not. I think not easy. I think very difficult.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Very good. Okay, let's hear Fung. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear.
How are you doing, Fung?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, teacher. Hi, everyone. My name is Phương. I am from Hanoi City, Vietnam country. Live in Cổ Nhuế, Brother, Vien district, Hanoi City, Vietnam country. I am 55 years old. My hobby watching TV, play badminton, and traveling. I am retired. Now it's Hawaii. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Fung. Okay, so Fung, do you have a driver's license?
Oh, I never.
You never? Driver's test?
I don't know. I don't know the driver.
Okay. That's okay. I don't have a driver's license myself, and I've never taken the test either. Okay. Did you ever want to learn how to drive? Did you ever want to drive a car?
No, I
No, never?
I don't know. I don't know the driver to car.
Okay. And do you know if it's difficult to get a driver's license in Vietnam? Boom?
I don't understand.
The question from the slide. Do you know if it's difficult to get a driver's license in your country?
I think it's easy.
It's easy?
Yes.
Okay. We've heard the previous students say it's pretty hard.
I think first me and now 18 years old and good health. Second giúp me hard working to practice and to learn read.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't understand that. Can you repeat or write it in the chat box? Or should I ask someone else? If it's too hard for you? Okay, maybe you can write it down in the chat box and I will ask Min, so we don't lose too much time. Okay, Min, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How are you doing, Min?
I'm very glad today. Thanks.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you, Min. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Or should we go straight to the questions?
Yes. Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. I am Min. I'm a student, and I am 19 years old. I live in Da Nang City, Vietnam. I'm very glad to meet all of you today.
Likewise. Nice to meet you too. Okay. So, do you have a driver's license, Min?
Yes. Actually, I haven't taken a driver's license yet because I don't have time, and I'm very busy now.
Okay, so when do you plan on taking it?
Yes, I'm intending have one next summer.
Okay. Do you think it's hard to get a driver's license
Yes,
in your country?
yes, in my country, you will find it's very quite difficult to get one driver license because you have to you have to know a lot of documents, important documents, and you will find you would find out you would fill out a lot of documents and forms
Okay.
before you get one.
Right. What do you think is harder, passing a writing test or driving?
No, actually, I think if you want to get one driver's license, you will pass it very easily because but the difficulty here is that you have to fill out a lot of forms and documents.
Right. So a lot of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would make sure that you have to enough information.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Min. Very good. Okay, and if everything is clear here, I think that we can move on to our next slide, to our exercise for today, which is the pre-talk part, where you will choose one role and act it out with your partner in 2 minutes. So we have two roles here of student A and student B. Student A, it says you are going to take a driving test, ask your brother or sister for some advice. And student B, you're student A's friend, talk with you're student A's brother or sister, talk with him or her. Okay, so let's hear who. You can be student A, okay? Who? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, you can be student A, and Min can be student B.
Yes.
Okay, you have 2 minutes and you can start when you're ready.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello, man.
Okay. How you feel today?
I'm just, yes, I want to just, driving, first I apply, can you, give me, mine?
Yes. And if you want to take a driving test, you have you should keep yourself in constraint. Keep concentrating and to make sure that you would fill out all the information before having test. So you find it very easy to pass driving test. And just keep focused on, don't worry, and and so
Thank you, your advice. I'm so worried about my driving test, but I keep that knowledge, and if that is, I think Yes, and the traffic driving platform and become familiar with the process. And I will ask of my friend organize now what they expect to
Yes. You also have to revise all the college about driving car before having test. So you just have to prepare all the code prepare before testing, so you will get one. You will get one very easily.
I think I focus on the raw so test center and write them as often as possible during lesson.
Yes, and one thing you have to prepare all the documents list for the test, and so it's over. Test.
I see. Thank you. I just come down and I will prepare for the test of my.
Okay, thank you both. That was very good. Both of you, although I couldn't understand who in some parts, but most of it was very good. Okay, thank you. Min, thank you. Who? So if everything is clear here, I think that we can move on to our next slide. I just corrected some of the things that Foong wrote in the chat box. So those are the answers to the previous question. So maybe you can take a look at that. Okay, let's move on to the next slide, the dialogue part, where we have two roles, Tracy and Bob. So they're talking about the driver's licenses. So I will read the whole dialogue by myself first. So you should pay attention to my pronunciation, take notes if it's necessary, ask if there are any unknown words or sentences you don't understand, and after I've read the dialogue, I will ask you to read it with me. So here it goes. I've heard you're getting a driver's license. Yeah, I want to get it before this semester begins. That's nice. When do you plan to take the driving test then? I'm taking it today. Oh, really? How long have you been practicing? I have been practicing for over a month. Have you bought a car? Not yet, but I'm getting one if I pass the test today. Okay, let's hear Foong go first. We haven't heard Foong in the previous exercise. Would you like to be Tracy or Bob? Foong, can you hear me?
Yes, I have had you are getting a driver
License.
License.
Yeah, I want to get it before this semester begins.
That's nice. When do you plan to take the driving test?
I'm taking it today.
Oh, really? How long have you been practicing?
I have been practicing for over a month.
Đi vào car.
Not yet, but I'm getting one if I pass the test today. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that was good, but there were some problems. For example, with this word here, license.
License.
Okay. It's good. What about this word here? Practicing.
Practicing.
Okay. Good. How did you pronounce this word here?
Pen.
Sorry, can you repeat? Can you say it one more time?
Pen.
Then.
Pen.
Okay, so it's not then, but then. The sound. The.
Pens.
Okay. Thank you, Fung. Try to practice these words a little bit. Okay, let's hear in. Would you like to be Tracy or Bob? Min, can you hear me? Min? Okay, let's try with who. I can't seem to hear Min. Who? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, so would you like to be Tracy or Bob?
Yes, I tried.
Sorry?
Yes. I hope here you are getting the right license.
Yeah, I want to get it before this semester begins.
That's nice. When do you plan to test the driving test then?
I'm taking it today.
Oh, really? How long have you been practicing?
I have been practicing for over a month.
Have you bought a car?
Not yet, but I'm getting one if I pass the test today. Okay, that was very good. Can you read this word here again?
Nice.
Nice. Make sure we can hear that s sound at the end of the word. Nice.
Nice.
Right, so it's not nai, but nice. With the s sound at the end of the word. Okay? I will note it in the assessment form, so maybe you can practice that one. The rest of it I think was pretty good. Thank you. Let's try with Min one more time. Min, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So would you like to be Tracy or Bob?
I want to be Bob.
Okay. I've heard you're getting a driver's license.
Yeah, I want to get it before this semester begins.
That's nice. When do you plan to take the driving test then?
I'm taking it today.
Oh really? How long have you been practicing?
I have been practicing for over a month.
Have you bought a car?
Not yet, but I'm getting one if I pass the test today.
Okay, that was great. Thank you. Min, can you just read this word here one more time?
Begins.
Okay, but we have begins. That's right. We need to hear that z sound at the end of it. Begins.
Yes, begins.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you, Min. Okay, so I hope that everything is clear here. If you have any questions about any of the words, if you need an explanation, of some word, I can do it in English. Maybe the assistant can write the translation if there are some problems, so you can understand better. And if everything is clear, let's move on to the next slide. If you have any questions, you can write it down in the chat box. On the next slide, we have the Speak Out Loud exercise, where you will learn how to pronounce the sounds and correctly. So we have 8 words here, each of them containing one of these 2 sounds. So I will ask some of you to read the words from this slide, and probably one student will read the same 8 words from the next slide. So if there are any errors, I will correct you. Okay, let's hear Poon go first. Can you read the words, please?
Kid, today, soon, driver, thick, learn, depend.
Okay, some of them were good, some of them not so good. Can you read the first one again? Heard, okay, good. What about the next one?
Today,
Today. Okay, so the stress is on the second syllable. Today. Today.
today,
Okay. And what about this word here?
boom,
Burn. Earn.
burn,
Burn. Okay,
burn,
that's better. And what about the next one?
taken,
Taken. Taken.
taken.
Right. Okay, very good. Try to practice these underlined words a little bit, and the rest of them I think were good. Okay. Thank you. Boom. Let's hear who.
Today, then, driver, friend, husband, then, then.
Okay, very good. Can you read this one here one more time?
Then,
Taken. Taken.
then,
So it's not taken, but taken. Taken.
taken,
Taken.
taken,
Okay, so it's not n, but n. Taken, not taken. We will see that on the next slide. So pay attention to that one. Taken. Okay? Let's move on to the next slide, where you will see how those words are divided into 2 groups. So the first group of words are those pronounced with the short sound. So the words are take, today, driver, taken, and again. So each one of them contains the sound, and the words with the pronounced with the sound, the long sound, are heard, turn, earn, and learn. Okay, you can see those words in the common mistakes part. You can see that the crossed out words are those with the long sound. So heard, burn, burn, burn. And you can see that all of them are spelled either with the EA or with the U letter. So letter U, like in turn, burn, and words learn and heard are spelled with EA, as you can see. This is not always the case, but in a lot of words, they are spelled this way. And the words which are not crossed out are those pronounced with the short S sound. So today, driver, taken, and again. Okay, so let's hear Min. Can you read it to groups, please?
Yes. Today, driver, taken, again, hurt, turn, run, learn.
Okay, just try to make those words from the second group a little longer. Heard, turn,
Yes.
turn, learn. Okay?
Okay. Hurt, turn, run,
Turn,
run,
burn. Just a little longer. Turn, burn. Okay?
turn, run, learn.
Okay. Very good. Try to practice this a little bit, but I think it's pretty good. And it will only be better if you practice. So if everything is clear here, I think that we can move on to our next slide. If you have any questions about any of this, you can ask in the chat box or raise your hands. Okay, let's move on to the next slide then. If everything is clear. On the next slide, we have the conversation part, which should be done in pair. So you will choose a context and talk with me for 2 minutes. We have you. It says you are going to take your driving test. Talk with your friend about it. So I will be your friend, and you will choose one of the 3 contexts that you can see down here. And if you have any problems, if you can't think of anything to say, maybe you can use some of the suggestions that you can see here on the right-hand side. So I hope that will help you. Okay, let's hear who go first. Which context would you like to choose?
Yes, I choose contest number 2.
Okay, number 2 says you failed a driving test 4 months ago, so you are very worried this time. Okay, so who? You look a little worried. What's going on?
Yes, I am so worried about my driving test.
So when are you taking a driving test?
I think that test is not too difficult, but I theo that test mình vào nhiều to that test mình vào.
Okay, so you're worried you will fail again?
I feel can you do it again? Okay.
So are you worried you will fail again?
Yes.
Okay. And when are you taking the next test?
I guess it's my driving test next week.
Next week, okay. And do you think you are ready?
Can you do it again?
Do you think that you are ready to take the test?
Yes, I did that knowledge and experience but I am worried what is the test that I failed that test? Oh, so I tried calm down and then be there for the test.
Right. Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you pass the test.
Thầy thích gì thì biết rồi.
I wish you all the luck. I would like you to pass the test, so good luck with that.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, that was very good. Okay, let's hear Min go next. Which content would you like to choose?
Yes, I'd like to choose contest number 3.
3, okay. Ask for some advice on how to pass the test. Okay, so Min, do you have a driver's license?
No, I don't. I haven't taken driver test yet.
So do you plan on taking it?
Yes, I plan to take one next summer.
Next summer,
Yeah.
okay.
And I'd like to ask you for some advice. Can you help me?
Well, I will try to help you, but the thing is that I've never taken the test myself. So I don't have experience with this, to be honest. But I can give you advice on well, all I can tell you is that you need to practice as much as possible. So you need to practice driving every day, so you get used to the basics. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have anyone in your family who drives a car?
Yes. Actually, in my family, everybody have their driving
Right.
license before.
Well, you can ask some of them to help you. So maybe you can drive with them,
Yes.
or you can watch them drive, or they can let you drive and help you somewhere near your house, so you don't get to somewhere where police can see you. So
Sometimes they teach me how to drive, and they always stand near me to give me some useful advice.
right, that's a good way to practice. So you should do that every day, so you get used to it. And as far as the writing part is concerned, you should try to learn every day, learn the rules.
Yes, I have
That's
lessons
the best
before.
advice. That's the best advice I can give you.
Yes, I also have some lessons every day.
Right, that's great.
And I used to I used to have instructor pass to teach me and give me some tips, some tricks.
Okay. So are you still learning how to drive with your instructor?
Yes,
Is he
sometimes.
still teaching you?
No, because He just teach me in the summer,
Right.
in the past
Okay.
summer.
Right. He just taught you
Taught me.
last summer. Okay. Very good. Well, good luck next summer then. I hope you get your driver's license.
Yes, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ming. That was great. Let's hear Foong. Which context would you like to choose? Foong, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear. I choose picture number 1.
You've just lost your driver's license. Okay. So what's going on, Foong? You look upset.
Yes. I did.
Is there a problem?
Oh, I wonder now. I wonder how can I get it?
Sorry? So what happened to you?
I not sure the driver license.
You lost your driver's license? When did that happen?
I should go to the police to report.
To the police to report it? To report the license missing? Okay.
Meet the rider. You produce phone to send you the driver listen again.
Okay, so you want to take the test again?
Yes.
When do you plan on doing it?
And I got the one month ago.
In a month? Okay. In a month? Okay. So, are you going to practice before taking the test? Do you think you need some practice? Yes?
I will before to the driving test.
Okay, well, good luck with that. I hope you pass the test, and maybe the police finds your driver's license. That would be great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that was good. There were some problems, so you need a lot of practice. So let's move on to the assessment form. Let's take a look at some of the notes that I made for you. Okay. Min, I think your pronunciation was great. A few problems with word ending sounds, words like begins and always. So make sure we can hear that z sound at the end of those words. But the rest of it I think was pretty great. So let's say 9 out of 10 for pronunciation. Your vocabulary I think was even a little bit better. So let's say 10 out of 10. And I would say a strong 9 for grammar. This next unit here is not here anymore. That was who. Okay, I will just write the marks down quickly. Okay, and the last one is Fung. Fung, I think your pronunciation was okay, but it does need a lot of practice. So I would say somewhere between 5 and 6. Let's say 6 out of 10 for pronunciation. Your vocabulary also needs a lot of practice. So words like license, practicing, burn, taken. So I would say a 5 out of 10. You need a lot of practice with this. Sometimes it's pretty hard to understand what you are saying. So a lot of these words have a problematic pronunciation or are new for you. So I would also say somewhere between 5 and 6. So let's say 5 out of 10 for vocabulary. And your grammar was also, I would say 6 out of 10 maybe. So for example, when you said 1 month ago instead of in a month, so you were talking about something that's supposed to happen in the future, so in a month. So pay attention to that. Let's say 6 out of 10 for grammar. So you need a lot of practice with everything, and especially with vocabulary, I think. Okay, that's it for the assessment form. Let's move on to the last side, the homework part. So you should do the homework on the Topica Native website. What you need to do is practice the pronunciation of the sounds and as well as the vocabulary relating to today's topic. And you should finish your homework by clicking on the link that you can see here and do it as soon as possible. Practice as much as possible so you don't forget what you've learned here. And also, please don't forget to rate our lesson today. So that's it for today's class. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I hope I'll see you some other time. So thank you and goodbye. Have a good night.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Chào mọi người, thì như vậy thì tiết học của chúng ta đã hết. Và nhận xét của mình hôm nay là nếu mà ai có thể nghe được và nói chuyện được thì tương tác với giáo viên nước ngoài là điều rất tốt. Hôm nay thì có vẻ thầy nói hơi nhanh, mình cố gắng lắng nghe nhưng mà mình chỉ nghe được một phần nhỏ xíu, khó nghe quá. Thầy hôm nay nói rất là nhanh, mặc dù mình đã comment rất nhiều lần và xin thầy nói chậm lại, nhưng mà tốc độ nói thầy rất là nhanh. Cuối cùng thì chúc các bạn một buổi tối vui vẻ. Nếu các bạn thấy thích thì nhớ like và comment video. Chào mọi người, Hạnh hẹn gặp lại.